In this lesson, you will learn how to determine the exit status of a given command. You'll learn how to make decisions in your scripts based on the exit statuses of various commands. Finally, you'll learn how to use exit statuses in your own scripts. Every time a command is executed, it returns an exit status. The exit status, which is sometimes called a return code or exit code, is an integer ranging from 0 to 255. By convention, commands that execute successfully return a 0 exit status. If some sort of error is encountered, then a non-zero exit status is returned. These return codes can be used in your script for error checking. It can be a simple check like checking for a 0 return code, or it could be more complex like checking for a specific error code. If you want to find what the various exit statuses mean, you have to consult the documentation for the given command or look at its source code. You can use the man command or info commands to read the documentation for most commands on your system. For example, in the grepman page, I can see that it will exit with a status of 0 if the search pattern is found and 1 if the search pattern is not found. The special variable $? contains the return code of the previously executed command. In this shell script, the ls command is called with a path to a file that doesn't exist. Immediately after the ls command is executed, the return code of that command is displayed on the screen using echo $? This will display a 2 to the screen. Remember that non-zero exit codes indicate some sort of error. Had the file /not/here existed and ls was able to display information about that file successfully, the exit status would have been 0. You can use an exit status of a command to make a decision or perform a different action based on the exit status. In this example shell script snippet, we use the ping command to test our network connectivity to google.com. The -c option for the ping command simply tells ping to send just one packet. After the ping command is executed, we check the exit status. If the exit status is equal to 0, then we echo to the screen that google.com is reachable. If the exit status is not equal to 0, we echo to the screen that google.com is unreachable. This example just checks for an error condition. In the if statement, we look for a non-zero exit status. If $? does not equal 0, then we echo that the host is unreachable. If the ping command succeeds and returns a 0 exit status, then the echo statement is not executed. We can assign the return code of a command to a variable and then use that variable later in the script. In this example, the value of $? is assigned to the return_code variable. So return_code contains the exit status of the ping command. In addition to using if statements with exit statuses, you can use logical ands and ors. The $& represents and, while the double pipe represents or. You can chain together multiple commands with either ands or ors. The command following a $& will only execute if the previous command succeeds. Said another way, the command following a $& will only run if the previous command exits with a 0 exit status. In the example on the screen, make dir /temp/bak is executed. If it succeeds and returns a 0 exit status, then, and only then, will the cp command be executed. In this example, you can see that there is no need for the cp command to be executed if the directory wasn't able to be created. The command following a double pipe will only execute if the previous command fails. If the first command returns a non-zero exit status, then the next command is executed. In the OR example, the first cp command, cp test.text/temp/bak, is executed. If it succeeds, the next cp command is not executed. In this example, if the first cp command succeeds, then we have successfully created a backup copy of test.txt, so there's no need for another backup copy of that file. If the first command fails, however, then the second command is executed. In this example, if test.txt can't be copied into /tmp/bak, then an attempt will be made to copy it to /tmp. With an OR, only one of the two commands will successfully execute. Let's revisit our earlier example. Instead of using an if statement, here we are using an AND. In this example, if the ping command exits with a 0 exit status, then google.com reachable will be echoed to the screen. Here we are using an OR instead of an if statement. In this example, if the ping command fails, then google.com unreachable will be echoed to the screen. If the ping command succeeds, then the echo statement will not be executed. If you want to chain multiple commands together on a single line, you can do that by separating those commands with a semicolon. The semicolon does not check the exit status of the previous command. The command following a semicolon will always get executed, no matter if the previous command failed or succeeded. In essence, separating commands with a semicolon is the same as putting those commands on separate lines. I rarely use semicolons to separate commands in shell scripts, but you might see this in existing shell scripts. Of course, you can always use this syntax on the command line outside of a shell script. Not only do normal commands return an exit status, but shell scripts do as well. You can control the exit status of your shell script by using the exit command. Simply use the exit command in your script and follow it with a number from 0 to 255. If you do not specify a return code with the exit command, then the exit status of the previously executed command is used as the exit status. This is also true if you do not include the exit command at all in your shell script. Again, in that case, the last command that was executed in your shell script will determine the return code of your entire shell script. You can use the exit command anywhere in your shell script. Whenever the exit command is reached, your shell script will stop running. In this example, we are controlling the exit status of our script with the exit command. If the ping command succeeds, a return code of 0 is received. This means that the test in the if statement is false and the code block will not execute. This means that the exit 0 line is executed. This stops the execution of our script and returns a 0 as the exit status. If the ping command fails, then a non-zero exit status is received. This makes the if statement true, and the echo command and exit 1 commands are executed. The exit 1 command will stop the execution of the script and return an exit status of 1. Now your shell script can be called by another script, and its exit status can be examined just like any other command. Since you control the exit statuses, you can make them have a significant meaning. Maybe a return code of 1 means that one type of error occurred, while a return code of 2 means that a different type of error occurred. If you have scripts that are executing other scripts, then you can program accordingly to these return codes if you need or want to. In this lesson, you learned that all commands return an exit status. Valid exit statuses are numbers that range from 0 to 255. An exit status of 0 represents the successful execution of a command, and a non-zero exit status represents some type of error condition. You learned about the special variable $? and how it contains the value of the exit status of the previously executed command. You made decisions using the exit status of commands by using if statements, ands, and ors. Finally, you learned how to control the exit status of your own shell scripts by using the exit command.